Well, hello guys, and welcome to our first stream. I'd like to introduce, sitting next to me again is my lovely wife Kayla, my geeky little unicorn. And on the other end of the line is now the friend that we introduced yesterday, Beardy Bollock Booker. Say hello.
Hello.
Pervert. Okay, first live stream. Nerves are in. Everyone's a bit nervous. Everyone okay?
Yeah.
Anyone going to be sick yet?
No.
Booker about to
No.
die? No? Okay. Right, okay. Yesterday, me and Kayla did a video about a recent Overlord DVD video that came out that has some news about Star Wars on it. How up to date are you with the Star Wars news, Booker?
Very far behind, no doubt. Except from what I obviously watched of you guys yesterday.
I will teach him. There is a lot to go through them, basically. I kind of figured that out. I think Kayla's a little bit the same. So, what I've actually done is, yes, it's from Screen Rant, and I'm very sorry, but I found this web page, and I thought it'd be interesting to go and have a look through at what they think is the 10 biggest disasters since Disney bought Lucasfilm. I know what my biggest disasters are.
This is going to be interesting.
Okay, number 10, rushing the sequel trilogy. Yeah, that's high up on the list in my opinion. They announced the sequel trilogy before they even had a story in place or a director in place, and then they hired Jar Jar Abrams, as I like to call him, and he had no idea what was going to happen. And then they hired Rian Johnson to do the sequel, which was The Last Jedi, bunch of shit. And he didn't give a shit. He just wanted to tell a story. He didn't want to tell a Star Wars story. He's openly turned around and said he didn't write it as if it was a Star Wars story. He wrote it as if it was just a story. And then obviously Colin Trevorrow, the guy who's done the Jurassic World trilogy, he was meant to write the last one, and he complained that killing Luke Skywalker off in the second one the fans would hate it. He's 100% right. And they fired him for it, and then they got J.J. Abrams back, and that's where the Emperor just came out of fucking nowhere. So I agree with that one. What do you think? Do you agree, or?
I would say, yeah, I agree with that one.
I'm just confused. Having a Star Wars film, but not going from the original Star Wars films, so it's not Star Wars.
That's a bit of a hot topic on Facebook and Twitter right now, because there's a group of the fans like me that think it's not Star Wars. Star Wars to me is the original trilogy, the prequel trilogy, The Mandalorian, The Clone Wars, Rebels, and I still maintain a lot of the extended universe, which Disney have now said legacy and non-canon, is still canon in my opinion. But yeah, that's a bit of a hot button topic. The next one, I disagree with this one. Rogue One, they digitally resurrected Peter Cushing. Peter Cushing obviously was the actor who played Grand Moff Tarkin. He died, I think, in the 90s, if my memory serves me correctly. But to be honest, I liked it. I think they did it well. What do you think? You've seen the film. You've seen it with me.
Yeah, I've seen it. And
You can't think of the words.
no, can't. Just brain dead. Completely brain dead.
She likes it too. Booker, what do you think?
The fact that I'm, like I said, a bit out of date due to being a Star Wars fan, I haven't watched much of it, so right now I have no clue in what's been taught or what's been spoke about, honestly.
So you haven't seen The Last Jedi or The Rise of Skywalker or The Force Awakens or The Mandalorian or...
I've seen The Mandalorian up to the last season 2, about good halfway through.
What was the last thing?
Halfway through.
What was the last thing they did? Has that massive fucking spider thing attacked his ship yet with the frog lady on?
No, I think the last episode I watched might have been, if my memory serves me right, where I can't even remember the name because it's been that long ago.
Well, what happened in it, and I'll be able to tell you.
Uh, I want to say Kylo Ren, but I'm probably thinking
No.
of the wrong character.
No,
Yeah,
you're really thinking of the wrong
yeah.
character.
You're way off.
Like I said, I haven't watched it in so long. So
There
I'd
is
have
now
to go
people
back.
on the internet who want to hurt you.
I'm sorry, internet.
And we're on live stream, you can't take it back now.
Yeah, pretty much. No
Oh,
backsies.
wow.
That's it, you're screwed. You're a marked man
Oh.
for life.
But still, I was about. All I'm gonna say is I was a good halfway through season 2.
Season 2 is... The ending of that is just... that is Star Wars. I'm not going to say anything because I don't know if you know what happens. I'm surprised by now if you didn't. But just in case you don't, I'm not going to say anything. But the ending of season 2 is just fucking biblical. It was just like the greatest moment of Star Wars, in my opinion. Moving on, firing Solo's director in the middle of production AC. This one shouldn't even be on the list because that film shouldn't have been made.
Solo.
Yeah. No one cares about Solo's backstory too much, apart from the stuff that's been done in Legacy where he was actually already married before, which is an interesting storyline to say the least. But no one cares. We want to see him after Return of the Jedi. We want to see him as General Solo, leader of the rebellion, or in this case, married to the Republic General.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You know, we want to see that stuff. We don't want to see a side story of Solo, a Star Wars story. 'Cause it was just, I mean, I've seen it, and the best bit in it is when Darth Maul comes back. That I fucking loved, but the rest of it was just shit. Yeah, here we go. Erasing the expanded universe. Anything after Return of the Jedi hasn't really been shown on screen, as it says, but there's been dozens of novels, comic books, video games, related media has also explored several periods in the Star Wars timeline, and like the Thrawn trilogy is part of the expanded universe, and it is absolutely fantastic. I'd recommend anyone reading that. What do you two think? Do you think Disney doing that was a good thing? I mean, they can take ideas from it, but they haven't. This is another thing that irritates me with them. They got there's so many things in the expanded universe they could do it, and they just haven't done it.
Well, honestly, I haven't read the novels or comic books or played the video games.
No. You've played Jedi Fallen Order.
Wow, that was.
You've played the Lego games.
Nah, sort of.
That roughly follows the story of the Clone Wars.
Nah, true, but no, the problem is there's such a big universe out there, and they've just done bits and pieces.
No, it's not that they've done the bits and pieces. The bits that they've done wrong. You know what I mean? Turning Luke into a green milk sucking tit wanking just coward that lives on a planet on his own.
Yeah, true. That is true.
R2 leaving him behind. That wouldn't have happened. R2 would have just zapped his ass and been like, "You ain't going nowhere without me, mate."
Yeah, pretty much.
It's disappointing what they've done. How much do you know the expanded universe, Booker?
Again, very minimal amounts. All I know is from a bit from Fallen Order.
That's a good game. The second one is going into production soon, I think.
Ooh.
So I'm interested in seeing that. I really hope Darth Maul makes an appearance, but I just want Darth Maul in every single Star Wars game there is, because Darth Maul's like complete total badass. This is an interesting point that comes up next that not many people knew about. George Lucas actually had a plan for what a story outlines for 7, 8 and 9 of what he wanted to do in the sequel trilogy, and he'd actually been working on it for decades. Literally, he's been working on the 7, 8 and 9 since Revenge of the Sith pretty much ended. So, and Disney just didn't use it. That's arrogant beyond belief.
This is Disney.
True. I mean, the fact that this man created the Star Wars universe, he shepherded it, he birthed it, he shepherded it since 1977, and Disney have had it since 2000 and whatever 12 I think it was, and they're all of a sudden just like, we can do it better than the person who created it. I mean, I know that's possible because I'm a mechanic and I work on my bikes, so I know it's possible to make something better than the people who originally created it. But with something like Star Wars, I don't see how Disney even thought that was a clever idea.
No, just no.
What do you think, Booker?
Pretty much the same. There's some things you just don't touch, and like Star Wars.
What else comes in that bracket, though? What else have you watched? I tell you what, I'll ask you both a question. Booker, starting with Booker, what have you watched in the past that, if someone remade it, would ruin it, no matter what? Any show or film from the past that hasn't already been rebooted?
Ooh.
I've got my answer straight away. I know what my answer is.
I mean, my instant thought goes to like the classic Disney stuff like Lion King.
Yeah, but that's been redone by Disney.
They've done already.
Which was shit.
Which I haven't even bothered to begin to think to watch, to be honest.
No, the Lion King was okay, the new one, but I still preferred the old ones. The Beauty and the Beast, they haven't done too bad, to be fair. The characters are okay. They've picked good for the characters, but you still can't beat the original ones. I haven't seen Mulan yet. I don't particularly want to, the new one, because I've heard such bad rumours about it, and, well...
It's a balls.
Yeah, it's not the same as the old one.
No, it's nothing like the old one.
You know...
That's an understatement.
They've messed around with them too much, and it's just... They've ruined them. They really have.
I think the problem is, for me, my answer would... If I had one show, the TV show that I love, that I watch religiously, that if they tried to remake today they would ruin, it would be Babylon 5. It would be Babylon 5.
How did I guess?
Babylon 5 to me is just one of the greatest pieces of writing I've ever witnessed. It's brilliant. And I know, especially in the modern cinema, that if they remade Babylon 5, it would bomb completely, and it would be such a gender woke mess.
It would be banned.
I wouldn't want to watch it. What about you? What have you watched in the past that you would never want changed? I would like to point out this is the same woman who hasn't watched Only Fools and Horses yet.
Yeah, pretty much. I do apologise. The Disney films, the original.
Yeah, but what I mean is they've already been rebooted. What is there something? There's got to be something you two have watched that they haven't rebooted yet that you don't want them to reboot.
Oh, I don't know. To be honest, I genuinely don't know.
I've got one TV show that sticks right close to my heart.
Go on.
And that is Red Dwarf. Red Dwarf is, especially in the early seasons, one of my most favourite shows.
I'd like to agree and disagree with you. I agree with you because Red Dwarf is a great show, but in my opinion, they got
brilliant British comedy thing, sci-fi comedy. But in some points, yes, I can see even I'd like to change some stuff about it.
Oh, see, I don't think anything should change about it, but I think I disagree with you that the early stuff was the better stuff. I think when they got stuck on Starbuck in season 3 or 4, I think that's the better.
I mean, like, that's what I mean by the early stuff.
Oh, right, okay. So you're on about early and chronological. Okay, no, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, as in, like, anything from, like, now, yes, it's still good. Like, I watched, the cat like heavily cat storyline.
Oh, the new one. I can't remember
came
what it's
out,
called.
last year.
Yeah, I can't remember what it's called. I've actually seen that. It
I
wasn't too
watched
bad.
it because I thought, ooh, Red Dwarf. I mean, don't get me wrong, I enjoyed it because it took me back in like time, but I also think, when is enough enough?
I think Enough was about like 5-6 years ago, when they did that Blade Runner one. But if they can still make it funny, they can make it funny. The one I did like is when Crichton had his midlife crisis, and he got like the spoiler and shit. I thought that was quite good because I've
I
seen
think
that.
that was in the last one, I think.
I can't remember. What about you, Babes? What show have you watched in the past that you'd hate for them to remake again? I can think of one for you. House.
Yeah, and 2 pints of lager and a packet of crisps.
Yeah,
that was funny.
When I
That
think
was
it's
funny.
Ralph. Is it Ralph Little?
I don't know.
The one who
Which one's
played
that?
Johnny.
Yeah, the one who played Johnny. I think his
Yeah.
name's Ralph Little.
Yeah.
When he came back, well, when he said he wasn't going to come back, and they tried to carry it on, it just didn't work. After that, I think the original cast and the
Yeah.
original crew of it, I think that was the best. I tell you what, I used to watch, and I cannot believe it. I think it's called Gimme Gimme Gimme.
Gimme, gimme, gimme.
You've never seen it? I think it's a early to late. I think it's 2000s comedy, and it's about a gay guy and a rather large woman who live in the flat together, and they're always on the pool. It's a classic British thing. I'll tell you who's got it. My mum.
I've kind of seen snippets of that.
My mum's got it on DVD. So there you go. I will borrow it off my mum and I'll make you watch it. You will enjoy it. It's right up your street. It's a kind of dryless, witty comedy that you definitely would like. Trust me.
What are you trying to say?
Do you have no wit? Sorry, back to the interview number 5. Losing Colin Trevorrow. I said that earlier on. I agree with that. I think that was a terrible error on behalf of Disney. I think Colin Trevorrow knew what the fans wanted, or at least he knew how to write a story. But what do you think, Babs? Because he's the one who did the Jurassic World and Jurassic World. Second one, what's it called? Bagger, can't remember. Fallen Kingdom?
Possibly.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
Because you've got Dominion coming out next year, which I really want to watch.
The new Jurassic World films were really good. I did enjoy them, and I'll be quite happy to watch them again because they are good.
I'm so happy they kept to the actual books and they're showing more of the Michael Crichton books in them, because I read the books before I watched the films. I know I shouldn't have because I was like young, but the books were absolutely fantastic. I want to get the books back. To be honest, they were really good. Booker, what do you think about that?
I've just never been into Jurassic Park myself.
The hell is wrong with you?
Sacrilege! What is wrong with you?
Personally, I've never seen the appeal of the film.
Really?
It's a fucking dinosaur. There's you get to. Can we feed him to a dinosaur? Because just like, did you actually see that news? Did you actually see that news broke on? I think it was Twitter earlier on. Someone related to Elon Musk has announced that they could actually do Jurassic Park right now. See if I can quickly find it. Crap. See if I can quickly find it. I just saw it. Like as a glint in my eye. Here you go. I think this is it. Elon Musk's partner says he could build the real Jurassic Park with genetically engineered dinosaurs, and I'm like, have you not seen the film? Take that as a historical document, mate.
Yeah, but they'll be robots, won't they?
No, these are real live animals.
Oh no, then fuck that.
It says it there, genetically engineered dinosaurs. Okay. Say I if you'd like to go to an actual island full of dinosaurs.
No.
Say no if you'd like to stay in our own little wet, damp country. Nope. I'm happy to stay here.
I don't know, because you get to see some of the herbivore dinosaurs, and I wouldn't mind seeing herbivores, but the carnivores,
yeah,
no.
Okay,
Just no.
I understand
So,
your point.
Yes and no?
I understand your point. You know, I would rather if it was just an island full of veggie eaters,
Yeah.
Vegisauruses,
Yeah.
as Lex calls them in the first one, then I would be happy to go to it.
Can you imagine if
But-
we took William?
Yeah, but can I just like to point out that some of those could just trod on us, squish us, and wouldn't even fucking notice, and they just carry on. A Triceratops weighs more than my car.
Well, yeah, but it's just
If
stay
they
out
want to
their
go
way.
through the fences, they're going through the fucking fences.
Yeah, just stay out of the way. It's fine.
Oh yeah, stay out of the way. That's a great
yeah,
plan.
just,
Great plan.
you know.
What do you think, Booker? Would you go to a Jurassic Park, a real Jurassic Park?
Part of me says yes, part of me says no.
Every single fibre of my being says no. But that's because I'm sorry, but if there was a plane crash, you two would be dead first, and yes, I would eat you. I would like to point that out.
Thanks.
Survival of the fittest. Simple as that. Moving on to number 4, The Force Awakens' similarity to A New Hope. I agree and disagree with this. I agree with it in this fact that there was similarities. I disagree with the fact that they weren't just similarities, it was the same film,
Yeah, just different actors.
just different actors and a female lead. And I want to lay this to rest right now. For anyone who watches this, or anyone who's watching it now, or is going to watch it in the future, I dislike Rey because she's so goddamn powerful at the start.
There's no room in improvement.
I would have rather Finn had been the Jedi. If they'd have done that and then linked Finn back to Han Solo, because Han Solo's first wife, I believe, was a black lady.
That would have been good.
That would.
That
There you go,
would've been-
Disney. Next time you did a Star Wars story, fuck these £1 million people. I've just come to me because I can clearly do it better than most of the people you got on there. Apart from Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni, I love you. Just want to say that. All praise Jon Favreau. Sorry, Baz. What do you think? Do you think it was the same as A New Hope?
Yes and no. The old one was better. There was more emotion, there was more feeling, there was more growing with the characters. It was a lot more than
Yeah.
the newest one. The newest one was very rigid, it had to be perfect or otherwise no one would have liked it.
This is coming from a woman who fell asleep during it as well.
Yeah,
I'd like to
pretty
point
much,
that
pretty
out.
much. My bad.
I didn't. I had to sit and watch it.
But it's just the fact of...
And I, to this day, have only ever seen The Last Jedi once, and I've only ever seen Rise of Skywalker once. I haven't actually seen them again yet. I haven't seen them twice. So I think eventually, I'll tell you what we should do when this channel grows a bit more. Do a live watching of my reaction of me watching that.
That's going to be one very boring reaction.
Well, I don't think it is. I think my emotions are going to take over and I'm going to be shouting at the TV.
True.
I think it's going to be fucking interesting. I wish I'd have done a live reaction of my... I can't say because he hasn't watched it. Fuck's sake, Booker.
Oh, of the
Yeah.
surprise
no, it's
attack
just-
at the end of Mandalorian.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
But
that's already
in
been
my
and gone.
defense, I have been watching the videos that have been posted on here in the past, so I do know what happens at the end of Mandalorian.
Okay, so
Yeah,
this
but
is a spoiler-free review of what happens for anyone else who might be watching. It's awesome. Here's my spoiler review. Oh my god, Luke Skywalker comes back and it's fucking brilliant. Oh, I love that scene at the end where he's just wanking his way through wanking. He didn't, I think I watched the wrong Mandalorian.
What have you been up to lately?
Apparently Luke Skywalker was wanking himself through Death Troopers. I think I watched the wrong Mandalorian. I downloaded the wrong Mandalorian. When he's waltzing his way through the Death Troopers at the end of the Mandalorian Season 2, Episode 8, The Rescue I think it's called. By the end of that I had tears in my eyes.
Yep.
And I was just like, my jaw was hurting from grinning. It hurt that much. Then of course Disney fired Gina Carano and everything's just gone...
Yeah, it's just gone south. It's all gone south.
Moving on, number 3, consistently underperforming at the Chinese box office. I would like to point out as well that Disney actually shrunk John Boyega's picture down on the posters in China because China don't like black folk. And this is Disney, the same people who are putting out the most woke shit on the planet. You can't have your cake and eat it too, mate. You're going to get cholesterol poisoning and you're going to die.
Well, clearly Disney can do what they want.
No, because Disney are getting hurt, which is something I'll come to in a minute, but Disney are getting hurt badly by COVID. COVID are literally just speed boxing their testicles right now. And I include Kathleen Kennedy in that, because to piss off that many people about Star Wars, she's got a big set of balls. Yeah, Disney are getting hit hard. They can't open the parks. COVID's losing them money. People are tuning out of Disney Plus because they keep posting woke shit.
Yeah.
Excuse me, ow. Of course, this would be number 2. Fan backlash at The Last Jedi. I hate that film.
What was that about?
The Last Jedi.
Yeah, I
It
don't.
was the second one. It was the one where Luke ghosts himself to death. That's literally. I can surmise the story of The Last Jedi in a sentence. I could probably condense the whole story of The Last Jedi into a paragraph, and I'm going to try it. Here we go. This is my paragraph walkthrough of The Last Jedi. Luke chucks lightsaber. Rey twats him in the back of the head. Happens. I think Chewie rips a door off. Rose knocks out Finn. Finn goes away to a planet called Canto Blight with Rose. Rose madly falls in love with him. There's a scene on that fucking planet where they rescue animals, and he's like, Finn turns around and goes, I think he turns around, I've only seen it once in the cinema, fucking hate you, and he turns around and goes, right, are we done? And Rose turns around, takes a saddle off the horse and goes, now we're done. And I'm like, where the fuck are those horses going to go? They're on a fucking planet. You've left them on a goddamn cliff. They're going to get captured. It's the fact that they rescued the horses but left the humans. So what, you can't ride an animal but enslaving children's fine? Is that your message, Disney? Is that what you're trying to tell us? I can't keep a horse, but I can keep a 6-year-old in the shed. You know what I mean? It's just Disney can't get their fucking messaging right. Then fucking Leia flies through the air like Superman.
Yeah, I saw that. I didn't understand that.
I know she's Mary Poppins, isn't she?
Yeah, Mary Poppins.
I'm Mary Poppins, y'all. Guardians of the Galaxy 2. It's a fucking opening with a your mama joke in a fucking Star Wars film.
Yeah, I didn't get that. I really didn't. As in,
I hate you, Ryan Johnson. But at the same time, I keep forgetting who you are. Last but not least,
Solo.
you are looking at the only Star Wars film to ever lose money.
Crashed and burned.
It crashed and burned. It's that was that bad that Bob Iger, sorry, not Bob Chapek. Bob Iger actually stopped making Star Wars stuff. He announced they weren't going to make any standalone films, and they weren't going to do any Star Wars films after Rise of Skywalker because of Solo.
Yeah.
Solo tanked that hard. But to move on from the disaster, what I call Disney, I've actually found another article by Screen Rant that I find this one hilarious, and I really want to go through it with you.
Okay.
10 fan favourite Star Wars characters and their best personality trait.
Oh, this is going to be interesting.
Number 10, Poe Dameron. Personally, I think he was a dick in the first one. He had a point in the second one, and then he was just a dick again in the third one. I don't understand. I like Oscar Isaac. I think he's a great actor. I think he's going to do well as Solid Snake in the Metal Gear Solid movie as well. But I dislike Poe Dameron. He's brave. Cool. Next. Kylo Ren.
What?
The emo boy is at number 9.
That killed his
You know what
daddy.
I don't understand?
What?
You know, there are people, I don't know if you know this, Booker, but there are people online called Raylos, and they have this image that Ray and Kylo were going to have this relationship together.
Right.
Do you remember what he did to her in the first one? Where he literally suspended her in the air with the Force and mind raped her?
Yeah.
Like I said, I'll have to go back and watch it all from the beginning, but...
You know, but my point is, Disney...
I think...
There are fans out there who think Ray should be with the guy who abused her. That's not a message you want to be sending. The message you should be sending is get away from the abuser.
Yeah, pretty much. But this is Disney.
Hey,
Everything's
someone I
possible.
actually agree with.
Yes, she
Padme
was hardcore.
Amidala, also very hot.
That is
That
true.
is true.
That is
I love
true.
how in Attack of the Clones, like in The Phantom Menace, Anakin's like 9 or 10 years old, and she's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna tap that when you're older." And like Attack of the Clones, they turn like Anakin's. It's obviously been Anakin's a teenager now. You can clearly see he's a teenager in Attack of the Clones, and they're just like, "Right, we need you to go protect this senator." By the way, this is the senator. And they're leaving this 20-year-old, 18 to 20-year-old lad that's obviously one gigantic walking hormone at that point.
Yeah.
With probably one of the hottest women in the Star Wars universe so far.
Yeah, I agree with that.
What did they think was going to happen?
Well, clearly they wanted that sort of relationship then. Because let's
You
face
reckon
it,
that's their plan? They just send off a random teenager to go have sex with a senator every now and then?
Yeah. They create Force babies.
Another reason why I wish I was a Jedi. Anyway, I agree with that. Number 8, Padme Amidala. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree with that.
Booker, what do you think?
Let me see further down the list, and I'll tell you where I'd put her.
Oh, look.
You dirty son.
Oh, I bet you
Not
would.
like that. I meant on
bet
a
you
whole
would.
character basis.
Oh,
No
she'd be in
fun.
character, mate. I can promise you that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay, this is devolved. Okay, number 7, Finn. I liked him in The Force Awakens. I thought he was the best character in The Force Awakens. And then once again, Disney sidelined him because he's black.
Yeah, I didn't agree with that.
I thought
really
it was
didn't.
stupid. I hate it when they do that.
It's the fact that he was a number, and then he figured out that he wasn't going to be a number anymore. And
He wanted something better with life.
He wanted a name. He wanted personality.
You wanted something better with his life. So simple as that.
Well, yeah.
I'm not going to ask Booker what he thinks because obviously he hasn't seen the sequel trilogy, so he's lost his right to vote. I agree.
Yeah.
I disagree with that, and I'm sorry. I've just seen Who's Next, and I disagree with that. How can Obi-Wan be number 5? He's the greatest Jedi that ever lived.
Depends who's
I
further down.
swear, I haven't seen Rey yet.
No, I haven't.
I swear
Anakin.
on my soul, if Rey is higher than Obi-Wan, I'm going to need a new monitor by the end of this.
Yeah, just a bit.
Leia, I think Leia should be higher, but again, that's based on the extended universe stuff. I disagree with them using that photo. They should have used the photo of when she's in on the jungle forest moon of Endor in Return of the Jedi, because she looks just completely hardcore in that outfit. All the bronze bra are from Return of the Jedi. I'm quite happy with that one as well. I want to point that out. Number 5, Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Oh dear God. Oh dear. Oh dear. How
How the fuck can they justify Rey
that's just
being above Obi-Wan?
that's just wrong.
Okay, Booker, have you seen the Clone Wars animated series?
No.
You should
Jesus Christ.
watch him
The
tonight.
next time he visits us, I'm going to tie him to the chair, and I'm going to staple him to the chair, and I'm not going to let him leave until he's watched every single episode of the Clone Wars.
Even our kids have seen the Clone Wars before you.
Yeah.
Our kids,
The cat has seen more episodes of Clone Wars than you.
pretty much. Pretty much, yeah.
And I have been going through other series as well.
No, Clone
No
Wars.
excuse. You must watch it. Seriously, watch it.
It's
Just to put it in a nutshell, Obi-Wan is the greatest Jedi for many reasons, but I'm
Yeah.
just going to say a few things to Kayla. She will understand.
Oh no.
The Duchess.
Oh no.
The Mandalorian Duchess.
Oh no.
In all
That's
fairness, what he does to
heartbreaking.
Maul in that episode of Rebels, so it's just like, whoop.
Oh yeah.
I just love how
He's
right at the
such
end he's just like, yeah, fuck off. He goes through so much.
I feel sorry for the dude.
66.
Yeah.
He goes through so much,
Yeah.
and he still didn't turn.
Nope.
It's hardcore, bro. And then, of course, you've got the Wonder Ray.
I don't.
The best thing since sliced bread.
I think she would have been 10.
I don't even think she should be on the list.
Well, yeah, but
Where's Yoda? Where's Luke? Where's Qui-Gon? Where's Darth Maul? Where's Darth Vader? If you want to be technical, where's Anakin Skywalker, considering he was a Jedi before he was a Sith?
yeah. Oh, it's
Where's
a toughie.
R2-D2?
It's a toughie.
Where's C-3PO? Where's Chewbacca? Where's Lando Calrissian?
Can't fit all on a page.
Oh, you fucking well can. You fucking well can. You find a goddamn way. Well, you can, because if you think about it, Han Solo should come with Chewbacca.
Yeah.
R2 and 3PO should become as a pair.
Yeah.
Vader, Skywalker, again, that should come as a pair.
Yeah.
Maul's just Maul.
Yeah.
Dude's
there
hardcore.
is
He doesn't come as with anyone. He just comes with different accessories because of his legs.
Oh, you'll understand more about Darth Maul when you see the Clone Wars, and just, dude.
Okay.
Just, you just can't help but feel sorry for him.
I want to get past this one really quickly because I hate that picture where she's holding that lightsaber. But who thinks Rey should be number 4?
No.
No.
No. Yeah. Moving on. Then who's number 2 and 1?
Oh, this is going to be interesting.
How? Okay, I'm gonna have to just go straight to 2 now.
Han Solo?
No, Han should have been below Luke. So who's number 1?
Anakin.
Caring? Yeah, he was really caring when he chopped up those younglings. He was so caring with it. I like how his trait is apparently caring, but look at the picture they've given him.
Yeah, I know. It's the most evilest thing of all.
He's protecting his wife. Fuck you.
And then that's what I was going to say. But on the other hand, he was trying to protect his wife, and I know
He did a really shit job.
like very sympathetic that he's turning to the dark side, but on the other hand, there's other ways to go about it.
Yeah, but I'd like to point out, if Anakin actually had a healthy relationship with his wife, with Padme, that movie would have been over in like 10 minutes. Imagine it. He'd have gone to her, I think you're going to die in childbirth. She's a senator. She'd be at the hospital like 10 minutes later, like, fucking check me out now. I want this baby checked. She would stay in that fucking hospital.
Yeah.
And if just, they would have, if the thing is, if the Jedi weren't so arrogant with it as well, and gave Luke the rank of master.
Do you mean Anakin?
Sorry, yeah, gave Anakin the rank of master. Then I don't think Anakin would have turned.
I don't know. He still had that anger inside of him. The temptation of having more power. You could see him becoming more evil as the time went on. That I don't think he would have stayed Jedi.
I think the problem was that for all the time that, well, Ahsoka actually says it, for pretty much all the time that Anakin was a Jedi, he was pretty much in a war.
Mm.
One of his first thing he did as an apprentice, technically, under Qui-Gon, well, someone who just watched Qui-Gon, was blow up a separatist space station.
Yep. So he hasn't exactly had the best start in
Exactly.
that sort of things anyway.
But,
so...
I mean, look at Ahsoka. She literally was in a war from the second she became a Padawan.
Obviously, clearly, some people have more power not to turn to the dark side.
I don't think it's power, I just think it's they don't have the temptation. Or they find the line between the two.
Yeah.
Like I think Ahsoka does. But that's just me.
Ahsoka's hard.
So what do you think of that list then? Because I disagree with a lot of it.
Honestly, it's hard to say.
Just going off fan opinion, this is not just from news, but everyone, and I'm chucking in a sprinkling of my opinion. Everyone there is not where they're supposed to be, or not even made it onto the list.
I agree with that. There's no one on that list that's in the right place. And that there are people on that list that shouldn't even be there. I think R2 and 3PO should have been on the list. Not so much 3PO because he especially in the Clone Wars, he's a proper whining little turd.
Yeah, I know. Just...
But then you've got R2D2, who, I'm sorry, I love that dude. I want an R2D2.
He just survives everything.
I want an R2D2. I want to buy an R2D2, a real working one.
Can actually make one.
Yeah, no, but it's not a real one. I want a real R2D2.
No,
I want a real R2.
It's a micro.
Yeah, no, but
electronic
the R2D2 in Star Wars isn't a remote controlled R2D2. But yeah, I don't think 3PO should be on the list. I think R2 should be on the list. I think Chewie should have been on the list. I think Obi-Wan and Luke should have been higher. I think Anakin should have been lower. I think Ahsoka should have been on the list. Fucking Baby Yoda should have been on the list. The fish woman from Mandalorian season 2 should have been on the list higher than Rey.
Fish woman.
I can't remember what they're called.
I don't know. Just
The guy who the Mandalorian cuts in half in the first episode, I think he's a Quarian. He should have been on the list higher than Rey, in my opinion. That's how much I hate that. They just ruined it. That's the problem. They ruin a lot of things. So we've been streaming for 42 minutes. How does everyone feel?
fine. Absolutely fine.
Right,
Yeah, not too bad.
sweet. Right, do you want to leave it there for tonight?
Yeah.
Right, sweet. Well, I don't even know if anyone's watching because I can't look at anything right now because my streaming software's in the way. One. Sweet. That's better than nothing. Right, okay. Well, thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed it. And we don't know when we're going to do the next one. We've got a lot happening over the next few days. Might pop out a video Saturday or Sunday. We're unsure. We'll let you know. And yeah, right. I'll see you on the next one.
See you later, guys.
Peace.
You had to go one louder, didn't it?
Oh yeah, there's always a way.
Stream has been ended.